Are you fed up with not having energy to get up in the morning? Do you constantly feel as if everything is colored in grey and life constantly plays sad music everywhere you go? And for some reason, it always rains wherever you go outside.
Well, turn that frown upside down. The Legion of Memers is here to give you some chuckles, you dingus. And we're happy to bring you something to help give you that extra kick to get you up in the morning. Introducing Coffee Brand Coffee. Fresh roasted with no gimmicks and plenty of flavors to choose from. Use code HAIL the LOM to get 10% off and to help support the channel.
Hail to the Legion of Memers! Hail to the Legion of Memers! Woo! Hail the Legion of Memers! 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 Hello, everybody. How we doing today?
Good.
CJP, we got that clapping going on or no clapping? We got to get that soundtrack like the Daily Wire.
Did you not hear it?
Nope.
Well, that was weird. Huh. Well, darn, I can't use my special sound effect that I made just for you.
Oh, man. Well, welcome to Legion of Memers, where we're all super organized and super profesh. We appreciate you all being here today. Shout out to chat for hopping in early. Lizard of Linux Lane. I don't know why you guys do this to me. Posted some really cool stuff in the chat before. First, I said, like the stream. Hail to you. Thank you very much. And I will be taking this question a little bit later once everybody's on, but I do think it's a great question. Why do we meme, or why do I meme, or any of you meme? I love that question. We're definitely getting into it a little bit later, but I want to make sure we have a bit more people on the panel first, so you can get diverse opinions, not just my own. We got Bad Take Tina hopping in saying, good afternoon, friends. Good afternoon to you, too. We got a serious man hopping in saying, hey. We got Release the McCracken, who's been absolutely killing it all week, dude. Keep up the great work, my dude. We got Tris hopping in. Hail to you. And who's this schmuck?
Oh, me.
We got Wookie Me Bad hopping in saying the latest of the gay. Hail to you. We got Madhouse Retro hopping in saying hail all. Hail to you, my dude. Thanks for hopping in. We got GraphWeb hopping in with the first super chat. CJP, can you please read that out for me?
For fuck's sakes, hashtag cancel Disney Plus.
Skadoosh. There you go. He got it working. What is memes? You know what? I'm not sure what is a meme, but it can be pretty much anything if you don't put a whole paragraph in there. Y'all know what I mean. We got CJP hopping in as co-host for the Legion today. Extra Zero may be a few minutes late. And CJP, you want to let the people know what you've been up to and what you're doing?
Well, it's summer, so I haven't been doing near as much memeing as I'd like to because I'm working a full-time job now that takes me away from the house. So no access to Photoshop and all my fun stuff. So I haven't been able to do that. But I've been doing still some music and stuff like that. I just finished up the CJP, the GoldenEye CJP remix for Snake's Revenge from the NES. So I'll be premiering that first week of August, since I'll be out of town on vacation that week.
So you're just gonna drop it and be like, all right, fuck it. I'm not gonna see how it's doing for the next week and enjoy yourself.
No, I'm gonna do it as a premiere so people can comment and all that fun stuff. It'll be 7 p.m. I think it's the 3rd, if I remember right. I'll have to double check on that, but no, just I've been messing around with the AI music and having fun with that and just having a lot of fun.
That's awesome, man. You know what? A lot of people have a problem with the AI stuff, but from the way people are using it, at least the ones I'm seeing, I'm not a weirdo or anything. I'm seeing some really cool mix-ups between AI and people, and they're actually putting it together to make something cohesive and interesting, which is something I love about AI. They're using it as a tool and not as, the complete all. And I think that's really awesome. CJP, I cannot. You're going to be sharing some of those musics with us for the AI, right?
Oh yeah, they're on my channel now. I've got the first 4 tracks of my fake '60s band called the Flunkies.
Nice. Everybody go check it out. You like '60s music? And drop a like, and drop a comment, and help this channel grow.
The latest one, Wookie, you'll understand this being around the same age that I am. It's called Sears Delight. And it's about the joys of reading the certain sections of the Sears catalog when you're a child and you have no other access to anything else.
For some reason, those pages always stuck together.
Exactly.
I'm just going to sit here in faint ignorance. Yes, you old farts. Real quick, Vagabond dropped a $10 super chat. My dude hopping in saying, hail my brother, No Green Rocks. Hail the Legion. Hail to you, my man. You guys don't know Vagabond, great dude, met him in Vegas. He is one of the people who will go above and beyond to go hang out at these meetups, and I have nothing but mad respect for that dude. I can't even do that, dude. You're really a great guy, man. That's insane. Lizard of Links. You're gonna make me do this all of Linux Lane. $2. For fuck's sake, install Linux on your PC and remove Windows, penguins. Unfortunately, at the moment, I'm not using my own computer, so I am doing very little to change anything. It's not my computer. My computer is out on loan to a family member who is not in the country at the moment. So we got Donorama hopping in, saying, hail the Legion, hail to you, my brother. So, without further ado, I know my producer is running a little bit late, but he's on another show at the moment. He should be here soon. So what I want to do real quick is show you something that I made for somebody who was asking how to remove sound from CapCut. Now, I do know that Wookie knows how to do this already. Am I correct in assuming that, Wookie?
On CapCut?
Yep.
Yep. I've used it a couple times.
Yes, you have. So basically, I'm going to help you right now live. I will not be playing the music because the music itself is most likely copyrightable, and there's too much crap with YouTube to deal with the hit for that. So basically, what you're going to do is get a video that already has the sound you want on it. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to turn the audio off on this because it is confusing me. Now you put it in there and go through the video and find out where you want to cut the video or the audio. And you will go to the extract audio. Now, this is on mobile, which you can also do this on PC. Now, Wookie, from what I know of you, you spend a lot of time using the PC version of CapCut, correct?
Yeah, it's mainly what I use. Yeah.
Okay. So if you want to input anything from your experience with the mobile, just interrupt me, and that way people know uh, what else they can do. I'm always happy to get other people's inputs when they know different things. So what you're going to do is find extract audio. It's that little button right here, and it will do it automatically for you. Now, a really cool thing is as well, you can also add beats to this. So if you're making an intro, you can put the pictures or the videos to each beat. And that's kind of what I recommend a lot of people do when they get started making videos and things like that. Find some music, find some of your favorite creators and practice with their work and put it out publicly so they can be like, dude, this is awesome. And I think it's a great way to increase your skills. And then later on, you can end up getting better and better, and then you end up getting paid for it, which is not something that's bad. So now, what you'll see here is what I'm doing is I'm going to replace the video up on top to something that's completely black. So a black picture. Now, the cool thing.
Why I gotta be black, huh?
So I'm replacing it with the color black, as you can see here. But the cool thing about the desktop app is you can skip this area altogether and just export the audio. I've not been able to figure out how to do that yet on CapCut because, to be honest, I haven't really even tried. But this is a great way to separate audio from the video. Now, a cool thing you can also do with this is, let's say you're watching a YouTube video or something. You can get the sound clips you want and then download that video and use the sound clips later on in the future for like different memes or things like that, reactions. You know how a lot of people use the Mutahara reaction where he's laughing at the camera. Have you guys seen that before?
Yeah, I have a green screen one saved.
Exactly. So it's a great, take it, put it in a file for later, let your ideas flow and then, put them to the side for when you want to use them. One of my biggest regrets as somebody who had to learn all this from scratch is organization. Try and be more organized, guys, because you're going to be very upset with yourself if you're doing a project in like 6 months and you're like, I have to re-download all of these because I can't find them when I've already downloaded them. So just try and be more organized. It'll help you a lot.
So what I've done is like,
yeah.
if I want to cut like somebody saying something to like throw in the background of a video or whatever, I'll just go into CapCut, load the file or capture it off YouTube, cut it down, extract audio, and then delete the video and put it inside.
And also, guys, just remember, we are on YouTube, and YouTube is very weird about saying how you can get different screen caps of things, and they will actually like demonetize the channel. But screen record is your best friend. Remember that. You
There
can
are
do
a lot
that
of
with
people that
OBS.
make videos just for it.
Yeah, there are a lot. You can use OBS. You can use whatever. I think Apple has like an automatic feature, like at the top you can swipe down or something. But I know Android has a great function where you can just screen record. So it's totally up to you. Wookie, do you have anything else to add?
If you're so when I do a no face, which would be like extract audio and take the video out, that's usually what I just extract the audio, delete the video, and then roll my footage on top of it after I've edited the whole timeline out and then compounded it. So it's all one audio clip.
Yeah. Just so you know, compounding is your best friend. If you have an editor that will allow you to compound, use it. Trust me when I say this, it'll make your life 100 times easier. And it is a lot easier to make the video because you could kind of make it in blocks and you don't have to, reorganize everything all the time. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, and I think it also shrinks the file size a little bit.
Oh, yes. Because sometimes the files will come out to like 20 gigabytes, and you're like, bro, this should be 200 megabytes at max. What the hell what the hell are you doing? So just remember, there are infinite ways to do things. There's no right or wrong way. There's the easy way, and then there's the hard way. I try and give people the advice of doing everything as easy as they can, and then taking the more difficult stuff as they grow and get bigger. Wookie, I've spent a lot of time with Wookie in the background, and his video editing has gone far and above anything that I have helped him out with. So go check out his channel. Great dude, and has a different way of approaching a lot of things than a lot of people in our community. So if you're looking for kind of a fresh perspective, go check out Wookie.
I think it's 20 years of busting my knuckles that does that.
Well, good thing it's just busting the knuckles, man. So I also want to give a shout out to this person. Now, I cannot play the video on the show because, again, YouTube and their copyright nonsense is ridiculous. But I was sent this via DM multiple times, and of course, I liked and reshared it on Twitter. I haven't had people do that, send me direct messages about something before that people made, unless it was like Perry Chan or something. I am Electro. Great work. I am going to drop the link in chat so you guys can go check it out, support it, retweet it. I love seeing people's work. So whenever you guys have work or memes or anything, make sure to hashtag the Legion and do all that jazz so I can share it out with the rest of the world. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to ruin it for everybody. I want you to go see it fresh, but keep up the great work, my dude.
Yeah, editing is an art form in its own.
It is. And people don't know this, but like when you're editing for other people's channels and things like that, remember, you need to get to know people. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm going to be your editor and not know them at all. You have to know their personalities, their styles, things like that. It takes a while, but there are a lot of content creators out there who will give you that chance, and then you'll end up with them forever. And there are those who won't. So it's, up to that content creator.
Well, the really big channels like the editing podcast, you have the guys on there that was part of Logan Paul.
And, if you guys haven't checked out the editing podcast, go check it out.
But you hear there's a synergy between the creator and the editor, and you almost have to be friends.
Well, I mean, you have to at least be friendly.
Yeah, right. But I'm saying, like, some of these guys seem like they're best buds.
Well, I mean, think about it. When you're giving an editor like your work, you're showing them things that the public would not necessarily see normally. So you're having them see like a different side of yourself, and they get to know the people who are in the videos, things like that, very intimately. They know, where to cut, who to cut to. And I think the relationship between an editor and a creator is extremely important. And I think a lot of people in the communities that are like on YouTube and things like that treat their their editors very well, typically. And that's because they know that without the editor, the video would not do half as well as it does. But yeah, so what we got here? So we have some news that I did want to talk about. We were talking about this behind the scenes, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I don't think we're going to get hit with this because normally the people in these videos are good people. So they let people use their work. Just give me one sec. This is what happens when my editor is not here. All right. So, do you guys know Boogie?
I know of him.
I know of him.
He's a slime ball. He used to be like a relatively like good content creator, and then things just went crazy once he really started to make money. He wasted it on prostitutes and and just living a lifestyle that was not healthy.
Yeah,
He
he's
did
not a healthy
crypto.
individual.
He did a crypto scam, with which CoffeeZilla reached out and was like, "Hey, bro, what the fuck are you doing?" And there was that whole drama, and then, according to this, Boogie is not releasing any of his medical documents to prove that he has cancer. It sounds like he has a misunderstanding with his doctor of what cancer is, because apparently they're doing a biopsy and everything to find out if he actually does have cancer. So when he put out the video earlier saying that he does have cancer, that was a complete lie. Now, CoffeeZilla confronted him about it. Let's just see what he says.
Wait, that's on June 28th. That's on June 28th. You showed me a payment for $550 on June 28th, which is after we talked, after you told me the money was all gone.
Yes! Have you never heard of the colloquialism? Yeah, that money's all gone. It's all spent. I have a specific thing I need to do with it. Have you never heard that colloquialism? Use fucking Google then. It's very common.
Wait, that's on June 20th.
I love the fact that this is probably like 3 a.m. and CoffeeZilla looks exhausted already. Yeah, but this guy, not a good dude, in my opinion. CoffeeZilla, I think he does a lot to expose a lot of bad behavior amongst a lot of content creators and scams. So I think it's pretty awesome that he does that. Though I never, ever, I love you, Coffee, but I never want to be the subject of one of your videos. So it keeps people going down the right path. But, faking a disease is horrible, especially cancer. I originally was giving Boogie the benefit of the doubt because, I've known people with cancer and I've seen the way they struggle with it, and I see, how hard things can be. So I said, I feel bad, about the cancer, but this guy's a complete dick. And then I changed my mind after I found out he doesn't have cancer. So he can go straight to the place of fire and brimstone. Guys, what are your thoughts on this?
I watched the stream where Destiny pretty much called him out, which I can't stand Destiny in the first place.
Yeah,
But
I think a lot of us are like that.
I have to admit, Destiny had all his ducks in a row. He knew what questions to ask. He almost seemed like he knew what answers he was going to get. And I'm sorry, you can't say you have cancer until you have the biopsy. As soon as he said that he had to have the biopsy done, I'm like, what are you talking about? You have cancer then. You think you have cancer. But yeah, what I've seen of Boogie is he's just a little cow. He's just a piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't know why people do that. I understand like it brings drama and attention and money and things like that. But how long can you keep on doing that for? Just be yourself. And if you're a dick, you're a dick. Everybody will see it. But
that's what happens when the scam goes too long.
Everyone keeps throwing around the word grifter all the time. This is an actual definition of a grifter.
Mm-hmm.
This is a pure prime example of someone grifting for money.
Yeah.
Disagreeing with a shit show and making videos about it is not grifting.
No, it's trying to get money from innocent people out of
faking a disease
feel bad for you.
That is horrible and affects multiple people's lives. That's grifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of those people who don't want to take advantage of my community. So I'm not gonna, punch myself in the nuts for super chats or do stupid shit for super chats. If you want to support, I can't thank you enough, and I appreciate you 100%. But I'm not gonna make a fool of myself just for money. That's not me, and that's not the way I do things. I'll make memes and I'll make jokes, but I'm not bringing myself to the level of these people, because that is disgusting.
Yeah, I watched one of his videos where he's got like a sausage in between his fingers and his 90-pound girlfriend standing behind him. He's got no shirt on. Like,
I thought that was a cigar.
Huh? Was that a cigar? It looked like a sausage.
Yeah, I think it was a cigar. But yeah, he was trying to like imitate Andrew Tate or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, you have to be careful of who you like go watch whatever content you want, enjoy the content, but just keep in mind, the kind of people that are behind that content. You don't need to follow life advice from people like Boogie.
No.
It's a very bad idea.
Yeah, just looking at him, you're like, oh. There's a
Yeah.
couple people that are pretty infamous on YouTube and Twitter that are very unhealthy individuals that just seem like they're full of shit.
Yeah, and you know what? The thing is, even if I don't like your content, I tend to sit there and be quiet. Your content's your content. You do what you want to do. But if you want to be involved with me, I do have my own personal boundaries. You cross them, all right, you're just not my problem anymore. Have a good day. Like, I don't really care. Here we go. Lizard, I am going to shorten your name because never mind. Forget it.
No, it's
Adam
big-
does. Adam doesn't shorten my name, so I will not shorten anybody else's name. Lizard of Linux Lane. If you're actually interested in switching to Linux, I know a guy who has a tutorial about Photoshop to run it on. I know. Yes. I actually don't use Photoshop.
And also, Rocks,
I never learned to read.
Yes,
I'm
I'm
waiting to use that one.
I have dyslexia and dysgraphia, so enjoy, guys. Make fun of the disabled. Enjoy. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting, and I think, like, even though it doesn't involve any of us, I think it's always good to watch different content creators and how they deal with certain situations. So in the future, if you ever end up in similar situations, you can deal with it in a more mature manner rather than dealing with the situation like Boogie handled that situation. Because nobody is going to give you any sympathy if you're yelling and losing your temper like Boogie was doing right there.
Well, honesty is always the best policy.
Yeah, that's true.
Look at what's his name that just got outed from OnlyFans. You see his VOD where he came out and admitted, he said, "Yes, that's me. I made a mistake. I had
That kid, yeah, the kid, yeah, absolutely.
special teams, special players."
And you know what? From what I've seen of all his content, it's not really controversial. It's just sports,
Yeah,
right? Sports games.
well, he
So-
announced Texas's bid for the draft. They've done his slogan on Sports Center. So he's pretty big, but he came out and just said, "Hey, this happened. Yes, that was me. I've been in fear of this day for the past 2 years." Hey, he's more of a man than half the people on YouTube are.
There's a lot of ways you can handle the situation. You can either sit there and be quiet, or you can address it. It's totally up to you, but you have to remember to whatever decision you decide to take, there will be consequences for either. Some might be good, some might be bad, but you have to weigh the pros and cons.
Yeah.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Yeah. And you know what? I think a lot of people get too over emotional about a lot of things. So, it's good to take a step back if you need to. Nobody's going to judge you for being like, hey guys, I got to take a little bit of time off for my mental health. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Like, it is okay. People understand that. And if they don't, well, I mean, they're not really your friends then, now, are they?
Sometimes you got to delete Twitter.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to delete Twitter. But I did want to bring this up because, this is one of the biggest YouTubers ever. And no matter what your opinion on Mr. Beast is, you have to admit what he's doing is insane. Because he got I'm sorry, can somebody confirm that number? 1 billion
Mr. Beast, what his subscribers
is over 1 billion. Oh no, okay, I see. It's 50 YouTubers, 1 billion subscribers, $1 million cash prize. So I think it's 1 billion between all of them. If it's 1 billion with Mr. Beast, I'm like, okay, I might have missed something right there. So apparently the winner is already out, but I encourage you guys to go watch the video because I like watching these things. They're good. I think he's stopped the retention editing so much and now focuses a bit more on the story, um, which I always prefer. The retention editing stuff kind of gives me a headache.
It's starting to fade away too.
I hope it stays faded. But these are the kind of things I think a lot of YouTubers who are up and comers or just starting, they would love to do this kind of stuff. And he's just doing it. And, he's helping a lot of people out in the long run. Sure, a lot of these people are, big YouTubers and they probably have a lot of money. But don't forget, he runs the Mr. Beast philanthropy stuff. And they help out a lot of people. They feed a lot of people on like a weekly basis. So, even if you don't like this type of content from Mr. Beast, go check out the philanthropy channel. When my mom came to visit me, I showed her the video of the dog sanctuary, and we were both sitting there tearing up because dogs, man.
Yeah, I think Mr. Beast is actually a pretty good dude. Like one of the big things that struck me, I've watched interviews with him. I'm not a huge fan of his. I've watched some of the philanthropy stuff. The other stuff I don't care for. But takes his daily walks. He looks somebody up in his phone and calls them and tells them.
I'd love to do that, but people get really annoying when you call them.
Well, when you're Mr. Beast, you can call anybody you want.
It's true. Hey, Elon, what's going on? Do you want to give me input on my next video?
Yeah, but he's always learning, and he lives a humble life. He's not whipping out Ferraris and having huge parties, and I think he's an all-around good dude, smart guy.
Well, yeah, he seems to be out of most of the YouTubers I've seen, like a lot of the ones who don't just go and flaunt, their earnings and, brag about how much they make. They seem to be like the most down-to-earth, regular kind of people. And those are the people I tend to watch a lot more because it's not really about the money you make. It's about the content you make. If it's good content, I'll watch it. I'll enjoy it. And I'll shout it out too, guys. I know a lot of you people probably are seeing a difference in who I'm watching and things like that. I still watch a lot of the old people, but I like watching new content because it does give me more inspiration about how to do things.
Well, and it gets to a point too, you scroll through your feed on YouTube, you're like, all right, I know what this person's going to say. I know what this person's going to say. I know what this person's going to say. I've got 16 creators all saying the Acolyte's bad. I want to watch something else. I mean,
I certainly understand that too. That's why I've started to be a bit more careful about the content I'm taking in because there are so many different people who put out videos constantly all the time. I can't keep up, and two, the news changes so quickly. It's like you put that video out an hour ago, and we just got an update now. So I'm not really into the putting out the video immediately. Take your time, make it good. Which is partially why I really enjoy Gary's Nerdrotics videos because they're well edited, well put together. Perry Chan, Wookie and I, we do a lot of editing. So when we watch it, we watch what Perry does and go, "Oh my God, that was awesome!" Or I can do that. Where can I put that? Like, how can I do that?
Yep.
So shout out to creators like that.
Yeah, a lot of Perry Chan's work. I'll have to watch Gary's video twice because I'm watching the edit and I'll get lost in the edit with the way he does it. And then I'm like, oh shit, what did Gary say there? But Gary said himself, it takes 4 days for him to put a video together. He's not popping one out in 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I've kind of changed my opinion on the just put out content thing. Because you can put out content every day, all the time, 24/7. But if it's not good content, people aren't going to watch it. So, put out content. Don't feel super rushed about it. Take your time and let the first video improve slowly and start doing that over time. You're not going to be 100% great the first time, but just take it step by step and reach out to those you've made friends with in the community being like, hey, for example, if Wookie doesn't know something or wants to learn something, he reaches out to me and I'm like, this is how you do it. Or I'll send him a resource I have, which will walk him through it. And it's the only way to increase your skills, just baby steps, guys. Now you know what's funny because we were talking about a lot about communities. I wanted to bring this up and share this with you guys. Apparently, YouTube is testing out a new community spaces features where fans can create posts within a creator's community. Currently, it's only probably being given to the big boys, but you know, it takes a while to come to us. For anybody who is a Legion Memers fan or member, what do you think about that on YouTube?
I think they're trying to keep people on YouTube longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if YouTube was more along the lines of Twitter and free speech, I think it'd be great because you could just go post your memes in the community on YouTube. But the censorship is so strong that I don't think this will go over very well.
I could see this not going very well for some YouTubers too, the controversial YouTubers and people getting in there and stirring trouble, and it would be something else you would have to moderate. Besides just your chat and your comments, you would have to moderate that even more.
Yeah, maybe give people less work instead of more.
Yeah, well, and so that they were talking about Crunchyroll took away comments.
Oh yes,
reviews.
I'm a little
they just
ticked off
probably
at
cut
that.
how much out of their budget
It's true.
by just
So,
removing that content.
Wookie, did you cover that story?
No, I didn't. I was watching a video on it the other day.
Okay, can you break it down for the layman? Because I have Crunchyroll and I love Crunchyroll. And I did used to check out the comments. I never used the comments as a reason to watch or not watch something. Sometimes I'd watch an episode of a show I'd like, and then I'd go down and scroll, but I never really participated. Can you just explain what the situation is with Crunchyroll?
So supposedly, what my understanding was, this came about because there is a new anime on there about a cross-dressing person. And the comments section started going crazy. Arguments and everything else is what my understanding of it was.
Was it because it was in a sexualized manner, or was it like cross-dressing, like in One Piece, or
supposedly this person cross-dressed all the time. I'm gonna have to go watch it to see why it's so other than it also had AI subtitles, which were all messed up. That had no context to what was being said.
See, that's the problem, right? Like, honestly, I understand why Crunchyroll was doing that, because they didn't want to have to deal with some of the human bullshit that comes along with hiring people.
A lot of the localizers, yeah.
And the localizers, I understand you have to take some liberty with certain words, especially like a lot of people speak multiple languages, and there are words in those languages that don't exactly translate to English very well. So you have to take a little bit of liberties for that. But I do know the localizers weren't doing that. They were just taking the liberties because they could and because they wanted to spread their own message. So at the end of the day, it's their own damn fault. And I feel bad for the people who didn't participate in it and they're still getting, the smackdown because of it. But I mean, we'll see what happens. With the AI stuff, though, I view AI as a tool and not as a complete cure-all for anything. All right, we got Vagabond hopping
nobody
in.
Proofread it.
Yeah, right. When I make a video, I send it to a few people to watch and then give them feedback on it. And they say the sound wasn't good, or I didn't like this or that. And then you go put out the product once those things are fixed. Like, you got to be smart about these things, guys. Vagabond says it makes sense. Many of us leave the platform to talk on Twitter and Discord. I think he's talking about the YouTube communities things before. Yeah. Vagabond said it depends on the anime. There was an anime called Island Eye, which called Island. I was watching simulcast. It was so confusing. It was fun going into chat, seeing everybody else still confused and watching it together. And that's misery loves company, and I think that's a pretty cool thing to do. Be like, hey, you know what? The show's not great. Let me hop into chat and just interact with people.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a number of compounding things on Crunchyroll, and part of it is too. One of the guys I was watching talking about streaming platforms. They're reaching their market cap. There's only so many people you can get on there, and they see what their profits are. Well, how do you increase your profits? You remove things. So you removed your entire moderation team and some IT, and you just made more money.
Yeah.
Now,
Also think about it too. Like with the localizers, they take so long to get out episodes. If you have like AI taking over that, like you can get the episodes out pretty much same day.
yeah. So anime, I watch subtitled. I don't do dubbed. Unless
The
I'm, like,
problem
in
is
bed.
I'm always technically working,
Right.
guys.
Well,
Right?
unless
Right?
I'm like working or whatever. Like Naruto, I'll watch dubbed. That's how I first seen it. Dragon Ball, I've seen all of Dragon Ball subs, so I'll watch that dubbed. But like, so I was telling you about Kaiju number 8.
Mhm.
The last 2 episodes won't be dubbed until the 16th. They're already been out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't like that. If you're gonna like, I know it's stupid. Again, like I grew up in another country, so like I understand why some people prefer subs over dubs, but I'll still watch a movie or a TV show with subtitles on, even when it's in English. It's a habit I picked up. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's something I do.
Yeah.
Now the problem is with me is, when I get home and I'm still working or whatever, I have my phone on me and I check the Legion of Memers tags and I make sure like memes and everything going out, so I can't focus solely on the screen. And if I miss even 5 seconds, I'll miss an entire conversation, and that's the frustrating part for me.
Yeah. So subtitles and dubs make a difference. Like Godzilla -1 dubbed is not as good as subbed.
I was told that, but I
Yeah.
still watched it anyway.
What to me, the English voice actors didn't carry the emotion through that was carried through with the Japanese actors.
Okay, so that's a good
didn't
point.
feel
Like,
as deep.
fluctuations of the voice or
Yep.
shock and things like that. You won't get that from somebody who's just reading off of a paper. Although, if you think about it, people who voice act in cartoons know how to do that.
Right, but
Maybe it's just the people that they're hiring who just aren't doing great at it.
Yeah. And you never know, Toho could have said, no, you're supposed to watch it with Japanese language, so we don't care.
Yeah, that's what I like, though, about what the Japanese a lot of times are doing right now is, like, people who are trying to push their Western values on a lot of this stuff. The Japanese are like, nah, man, fuck you. Have a good day. And, like, they're like, no, this is our art, our form. We're going to keep it this way. And I hope it stays that way. Like, the reason why I enjoy watching the anime and everything like that is because it's different than what we have here in the West, and
Yeah.
I hope it stays that way, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and you also have manga destroying American comics. So
You're telling me, dude, I have $130 what was it, pack of books of Solo Leveling I have in my Amazon cart waiting to be bought.
I want to buy like all 10 volumes of Kaiju number 8 because the season ends at volume 3, and I'm like, I don't want to buy it because I don't want to get spoiled. But how long before we get the next season?
So that's what I've been doing. Like, I'm a big fan of My Hero Academia, and for those of you who don't know, the reason why I haven't been watching like pop culture stuff for what 7, 8, almost a year now is just because I promised to watch it all with my brother. So I'm kind of taking a step back from it because I don't want to spoil a lot of this stuff for me. But like My Hero Academia, freaking Solo Leveling, all what Chainsaw Man, all these things, like I'm so excited to watch, and I can't wait to watch because the stories are just amazing. So I'll watch like the first few seasons of some things, and then I'll stop right at the point where I know my brother wants me to watch. Oh, we got
Yes,
Cell Shade hopping in. Hail to you, my dude, and I know you noticed this, but I did use your drawings in memes. I have a whole bunch of templates ready. So let me know if you want those.
Solo leveling's come highly suggested to me. 4 or 5 people.
So Solo Leveling, in my opinion, is a fantastic anime. And the art, the character development, all that jazz is awesome. And Wookie, a really cool thing too is the show was so loved that a lot of people started like taking workout plans from the anime.
I'm gonna have to check it out then.
I was thinking about doing that, but then I thought to myself, yeah, I don't think I can afford that because it would require a massive calorie intake for me. Vagabond says, if you're a fan of many 12-episode animes, they force you to get the manga to finish the story. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah,
not know that.
I think that's all Kaiju number 8 is 12 episodes.
It always makes me really sad when there's an anime that only has 12 episodes and it got me. And I'm like, oh, this is so good. And then it finishes. And I'm like, when's the next one coming out? And I see no news about it. My heart breaks. Apparently the dubs are ready for.
All right, so they're already out. Yeah, my buddy was complaining at work the other day.
Yeah, I during the it was funny because during the pandemic I was running out of things to watch, so I started like watching YouTube, Tim Pool, things like that, and I just got more and more depressed. I ended up finding Friday Night Tights and the whole crowd, and my brother's like, "Hey, have you seen Dragon Ball Z?" Now, for those of you who grew up in the '90s and did see Dragon Ball Z in the '90s, do you guys remember how long the episodes would take with nothing actually happening?
Oh, it's tons of filler.
Here's how a friend of mine described Dragon Ball Z when he watched it. 5 minutes of what happened the previous episode, 5 minutes of and then 5 minutes of what's happening in the next episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
9,000.
That's how he described it.
Wetzel goes, "You silly girls in your anime." Hail everybody. Hail to you, dude. Hey man, it's to each his own. I like the anime. Yeah, the story is just amazing. But I brought up Dragon Ball because I was like, I'm not watching Dragon Ball. I remember it taking forever to watch these damn episodes. He's like, well, have you ever seen Super? And I'm like, what? I thought there was only Dragon Ball Z. And he introduced me to Dragon Ball Super. And then from there, I kind of went on a binge of dubbed anime. And I got to see so many. Overlord is certainly one of my favorites. If you haven't watched that, I definitely highly recommend that.
Yeah, I started with the original Dragon Ball.
I can't, dude. I can't.
When Goku had a tail.
Vagabond says most anime is basically an advertisement. You get to buy the manga. That's fine with me, dude.
I mean, it works.
He says, I hate Dragon Ball Super. Well, I enjoyed it, man. Some people like chocolate, some people like vanilla, some people like mint chocolate chip.
Yeah, I had a guy at tech school. We used to all go over to his house and drink, and his roommate was from Wisconsin, and he had Berserk, every Dragon Ball Z, and he's like, "Come here, you're watching these." Okay, I'm sitting here drinking beer, watching anime. That's where I learned about the difference between dubbed and subbed.
Well, I mean, because I speak multiple languages, like I understand the frustration between dubbed and sub, just because things do get lost in translations, and also some words in other languages have like 6 different meanings if you're trying to change it to English.
Yeah.
So,
hey, I'm not going to call you a real otaku unless you know the term streamline pictures.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
No, really?
Yeah, I don't know it.
Oh, okay.
My brother is the big anime guy. He's the one who's like, "Hey, have you seen this anime?" And I'm like, "What anime?" And he shows it to me. I'm like, "Holy crap, this is amazing! I love it." Or if it's like, if there's any essay in the first episode, I'm like, you know what? I'm not watching it. You enjoy it. I'm good. I skipped out on so many animes because of that. I just don't like that kind of stuff. That's all.
I got watching anime on Netflix at one time. It's probably about 5 or 6 years ago. And it was about a bunch of high school kids that joined a club to be friends. And I'm like waiting for the demons and stuff to come out. And I watched 2 seasons of this show, and it's all about people finding friends. I'm like,
it's all, you accidentally thought it was like an isekai or something, but it's a slice of life.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. My favorite genre is actually isekai, but there's also a genre that's almost like reverse isekai. I'm not even sure what the genre is called, but there are ones where like like there's an entrance to another world on Earth, and the guy goes into it and levels up there, and then takes his powers and brings it to Earth, and you're just like, oh, this shit is fucking amazing. I love this. Hey, we got pop culture hopping in. Hail, my dude. Good to see you, my man.
What's up, Pop?
Thanks for the DM. I did bring that up early in the show today.
We're turning into weebs, Pop.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's funny because a lot of people shit on anime, but like, do they shit on cartoons?
I mean, I'm sorry. Any anime that's on Crunchyroll right now is better than Acolyte.
Yeah, oh, 100%. The stories are like they're so juicy, and also if you want to skip all the things that like the conservative media is like, don't watch this because of this or that. There is a filter you can put on Crunchyroll, to remove any type of mature content. So if you want to do that, you can go ahead and do that. But I'll enjoy things like freaking Overlord.
I think it should have a kids version, just like Netflix.
Well, I mean, there is an option for you to do that. You
Yeah.
can go into settings and do that. So like you don't have to worry about it.
I think you should be free to put anything on there as long as that kids filter's on there, because it's up to the parent.
That is true.
Yep.
To be fair, a lot of parenting is subpar nowadays, to be honest with you.
You know, when you have some 5-year-old kid waking up crying because he saw tentacles. Well, your day's ruined now. You probably should have kept that kid's account on there. Oh.
Okay, so I know a lot of people did want to talk about this. I have not dug too deep into it because most things right now I have zero interest in. But real quick, hey, True Pop, how you doing, my dude?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, I've been missing you, man. Welcome back.
The Beebs is back.
Yeah. Plenty of life going on, but yeah, I'm here for a bit.
True
That's why I
Pop
pop in.
destroyed my soul earlier this week.
Ow. Oh, I criticized the movie. Yeah. About that. I am going to be live streaming with Capital Opinions tomorrow and talking about it. I didn't like it, and everyone seems to like it. So I'll say my thoughts. Be truthful.
Hey, man, listen, I don't think anybody's going to judge you for being truthful. Sure, you'll get a bit of feedback, but I'd rather you be open and honest with your feelings of something rather than just lie to people.
I mean,
I'm not
going to
tweet at you and be like, it ruined everything.
Yeah.
Everybody likes everything differently.
I just think it's written badly.
Can I bring it up on stream?
Long legs.
Your review of it.
Oh, no, I'll be reviewing it with a live stream tomorrow.
Okay, so this 1 minute thing you put up on Twitter is not the review?
It's some of my thoughts, like out of the theater thoughts. You can play it if you'd like, but I don't think it's that good of a review, to be honest.
Okay, so go check out True Pop Culture's YouTube channel. You said when is it coming out?
Tomorrow, at around the same time, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so go check out his channel or go follow him on Twitter so you get that update. Go support his channel. He puts a lot of editing work into a lot of the stuff he does. So go appreciate that work. Drop a like, share it with people who are interested or people who have different opinions. Because True Pop, I don't think you're the only one who gave a negative opinion. I think Charlie did too, if I'm not mistaken.
Who's Charlie?
Penguin Zero.
Florida Man.
Okay.
So
Moist Critical.
I don't. You Moist Critical. There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
But I could be wrong. I was watching it last night, and last night I took some time off to relax, so my brain may not have been all there.
So you watched Long Legs?
No, I did not watch the movie. I watched Moist Critical's review of it. I don't. The movie theaters in my area are sketch as hell. Not gonna lie, man. Very, very sketchy. So I don't really go to movies in my area. Although I did go to one in Vegas, which was nice.
Yeah. Oh, I bet the one in Vegas was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite movie, but I
saw
I
Spider-Man
went there
1
with
in
Max.
Vegas, so that was a thing to remember. But yeah, the movie Longlegs, everyone seems to praise it like it's the modern Silence of the Lambs. I don't think it is. I think that's overpraising it. I don't think it's written very well. I do think it's well made.
So the editing is good.
Yeah, the editing, the camera work, uh, like visually well made, sound effects, they're all creepy, but because I'm not really engaged that much with the main character, the tension, the connection with the main character, it just fails. If you write a good main character, the horror scenes work that much more because you're worried about what happens to the main character. I feel like horror movies don't typically do this, like write a good main character. They just want to get to the gore or killing scenes. Maybe that's just my surface level takes on horror, but hey.
Hey
That's what I
man,
said in my
I'm
trailer
not a horror
reaction. I
fan
said
in
I think
general.
people get too hung up on the gore and stuff. I would like to see more suspense in a movie, especially something like this is supposed to be a psychological thriller horror movie. That the camera work, the sound effects, and the editing in the trailers is what got me psyched.
Yep, and Nick Cage.
It looks phenomenal, and the fact that they don't show you Nicolas Cage's face and he makes that horrid sound effect, made my skin crawl.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason why I want to watch it.
I mean, I look forward to your review, Wookie.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people are starting to throw off the bullshit and give honest opinions about things. And True Pop, Wookie, a lot of people who have been on this panel are people who do that. So I would recommend to go check it out, even if you don't agree with everything they say. Maybe find something you do agree with, comment on that, or be respectful in their comments, but disagree with another thing. We're all part of a pretty great community, and I think if we can have conversations, whether we agree or disagree on something, I think it will help the community a lot. Because a lot of time I'm only seeing negative stuff, and I'm not seeing like, well, I hated this entire thing, but this one thing was really cool. I did like.
Soups, Wookie. Have you guys watched the Fallout show?
Yes. I did watch. I did. I'm not sure if I finished it. I may have finished it. But the problem is with the Fallout show is I was told if you are a Fallout 4 fan, you're not a real fan of Fallout. I'm okay. Because I'm a big Fallout 4 fan to the point where I would mod the ever loving shit out of that game. Mm-hmm. Both good mods and bad mods. I just wanted to try everything. But I really enjoyed Fallout 4. So when I saw the show, I enjoyed that a lot. And the main character, they gave her an actual reason to be as badass as she was. I liked the ghoul as well, but I also like the actor. So
the ghoul was my favorite.
The thing is, I hated that show as soon as I finished watching it, and I was in the minority with it. I thought it was written really poorly. Because I was on the way back, and I watched it, and it was terrible. But
I don't think it was great. I think it had some really good parts. Episode 2 is trash. Is complete trash. It couldn't even edit out where he's loading the gun and he's wiggling the bullet next to the barrel. And I think the show was an accident. I think they thought they had a flop on their hands. But I enjoyed the show. I liked it, but I don't think it was great.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing nowadays, right? There are a lot of shows that come out that aren't the best, but with the deluge of crap that we've been given, it's kind of like being given lemonade on a really hot day that's nice and cold. You're like, oh, that's so good.
Compared to Halo and Resident Evil, it is the closest thing you got to a video game.
True Pop, are you a fan of Fallout 4?
No, not really. I have a friend who's a hyper nerd on everything Fallout. by the name of Pretosis. He's a VTuber, and he's hated it from like an adaptation standpoint. I just thought it was again written badly. Like there's a lot of contrivances in the plot, loads of coincidences. I don't think the characters and their motivations were all that great. I thought Walter Goggins as the ghoul, his acting was good, but by the end of it, it was just like, okay, this father guy was evil all this time, and this socialist leader was all the rave, and it's just like, what? You're losing me here. It kind of feels stuffed, artificially stuffed. I don't know how to break it down. It's
The
been a
biggest
while
thing
since
that
I
lost
revisited
me
that show.
is how was she alive before the bombs dropped and after the bombs dropped?
Yes, yeah.
There was no
that's
explanation of that. I hated Maximus until my friend made a point because they show Lucy's specials, right?
Mhm.
So you forget every character has a special. He's a low intelligence build. I don't know if you've ever played a low intelligence build.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, you explained
They
that right.
say the
I was
dumbest
like, that
shit for no
dude.
reason. And do the
Hey,
dumbest
Justin
things.
gifted one gifted membership to the Legion. Thank you, Justin, my dude. Appreciate you very much, man. We might need to change that sound effect.
You don't like Metal Gear? Come on.
I appreciate you, Justin, my man. Thank you. And just so you know, if you are a member, you will be getting videos ahead of time, and some videos won't be going public, period. So if you want to be a member, go check that out. I will be working a lot harder on putting content there for members. And this will be me to you for no other reason than to help you guys succeed in editing or whatever.
Okay,
So
guys.
yeah,
I might have to get going.
yeah, no
I
worries,
just
True Pop.
received
Thanks for
some stuff.
hopping in while you did, man. We miss you, bro.
Yeah, I miss you guys too.
I will see you soon, my man.
Saturday nights. Yeah.
Bye, Beebs.
Saturday evenings. Yeah.
Later.
All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
See you later, brother. Vagabond was the one who received that membership, and he dropped his LOM emoji hopping in. Shout out to you, my dude. Now, I did want to bring this up, not because it's something I'm super interested in, but I think the community is certainly, big shout out to Vagabond for saying thanks to Justin. What a good guy. But I wanted to bring this up because I really kind of have no interest in seeing it. What are your guys' opinions on this?
We were robbed of Captain America, and we were robbed of having Bucky Barnes hold the shield.
Yep. I
I
like Anthony Mackie as an actor. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, there's nothing wrong with him specifically.
No.
It's just he's Falcon. Why can't we get a Falcon movie? People love Falcon.
Well,
We've
and
never
it
gotten a
ruins
Falcon.
Bucky's whole arc.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, for those of you who don't know the history of the comic, Bucky actually becomes Captain America. I think there are some comics where Falcon does replace him for a little bit, but not for an extended period amount of time.
No, and those comics didn't do well.
Yeah.
Because people wanted him to be Falcon.
Yeah.
And Harrison Ford is just going to phone this thing in.
Oh, yeah.
The Harrison Ford is in it for the paycheck, man. I don't think it's anything more than that. They got to give him the drugs to keep him, up and aware. He's getting old. He's getting
Well, he didn't
very
get
old.
no bonus off of Indy 5, so he's got to get a bonus off something.
So, you guys think this is going to be another Marvel flop?
Yes.
Well, they're releasing
I think
February, which is a dead month.
I don't think there's going to be any hype after Deadpool and Wolverine, being that this is a alternate timeline, and yes, they may lead into bringing the X-Men in, but I don't think it's going to build any hype for the MCU.
I think the problem is too, a lot of us want these things to succeed. We would love nothing better than to have a good movie that we enjoy, that doesn't respect the characters. And I think with a lot of the critics out there who try and go and put a spotlight on our community, I don't think they understand that. Or I think they know that it's going to bring them clicks and attention, so they, dig their heels in deeper. But as somebody who's not like super opinionated on a lot of it, it is frustrating to be like, oh, dude, I love this character. I can't wait to see him in a movie. And then it comes out and you're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. I think
Right.
Mackey's taking his contract, by the way.
Vagabond says the reason why they did this is because they believe black characters are only validated by taking over white characters' roles.
Well,
I
Anthony Mackie. He's out of line, but he's right.
yeah, like I agree with it, and I think it's a very bad way to go about things. Now, if his acting ability was, stronger, I think the Falcon movie would do really well. I did see him in, what was it, the Sleeves. There was a sci-fi show that came out.
Oh, Altered Carbon.
Altered Carbon. I think he did great in that. I don't know how many of you guys saw the Anthony Mackie was in there playing it, right?
He was in the second season. I saw the first season. I saw a couple episodes of the second season. I'm like, oh, this is not near as good as the first season.
No, it's definitely not as good as the first season. Don't get me wrong. The first season was fantastic. But, I did enjoy him a lot in season 2. I didn't enjoy the story so much, but his acting and the way he did things was something that I did enjoy.
But even when he does interviews and stuff, he's a delight.
Mm-hmm.
He's not ass. He's not pompous. He's
you make that
a sandwich. Everybody knows that interview. And but I think Anthony Mackie's a great guy. Now, could it have been Cap and Falcon for this movie and had Bucky as Captain America and made them equals?
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have worked. Would have worked better than what we're getting. The fact that Bucky's not even in this movie.
Yeah. And they had good chemistry in the show.
Yeah.
I mean, the show was written horribly,
but they had good chemistry in the Avengers, in Infinity War, Endgame, the Civil War.
There. Why not capitalize on it?
Yeah. But Sebastian Shaw is not in the movie. I don't know if he was in the movie and due to reshoots, he's not in it, but he's not in the movie.
Justin says, would have loved to see Red Hulk, but can't really stand Harrison Ford anymore. Sam Elliott would be better.
Yeah, but isn't Sam Elliott dead?
No, I don't think so.
Speaking of that, we did lose Richard Simmons today.
We lost Richard Simmons today, Dr. Ruth today.
Yeah.
And what's her name the other day?
Wait, Richard Simmons died?
Yep.
That's good. I found one of those old workout videos.
Sweat to the oldies.
Yeah.
And also one of the more awkward episodes of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
I have to look that up. I didn't know he was on there.
He was on one episode as a guest star, and it was a bit awkward.
Oh, that is sad. Richard Simmons passed away.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, as we get older, there are going to be a lot of people who end up going.
Yeah, I remember Richard Simmons and Dr. Ruth from being little kids, man. They were influential in the 80s. Dr. Ruth was taboo.
Yeah.
That really sucks.
She's a little German woman, always talking about the sex.
Yep. They weren't allowed to talk about
I
that.
think she also fought in some Israeli wars, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, seen your mom posted something about that.
Probably. Hi, Ma, if you're watching. Love you.
I love her tweets.
Yeah. She's great, and then having conversations behind the scenes with her are always good. Seeing,
I forgot we lost Benji Gregory too, the kid from Alf, in a very horrible way, actually.
What happened with the kid from Alf? He ended things, right?
He has narcolepsy, and he was waiting in line at a bank in Las Vegas, and him and his dog basically cooked to death.
Jeez.
Oh, Jesus.
And he's literally only a few months older than me.
Wow.
That is insane, dude.
You heard about the what's his name from Matthew Perry case?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, so he was on ketamine prescribed by his doctors. They're saying there's going to be like 20 or 30 people arrested with his death.
No, it's like the doctors that got arrested after the Benoit situation.
Yeah.
for prescribing all the painkillers and roids.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a big, huge investigation. They expect at least 20 people to be arrested.
I wish they would take these things as seriously as they do for celebrities, as they do like regular people.
Yeah, and
That would
Alec
be-
Baldwin walks.
Don't even get me started on that.
Well, SNL needs somebody to play Trump for the next 4 years.
the
Tina Fey was over there slipping money under the table. Come on, we got to bring our show back.
the jury was like, no, we need him for Trump and SNL, guys. Come on. Lizard is asking you a question specifically, CJP. Have you seen Worlds of Paradise?
Is that Leon? Is that his channel? I think that's the name of his channel. I've streamed with him a few times. Yeah.
Ruin
That's who
Leon?
you're discussing. I think he's been on the Legion before.
Yeah, he's been on our show. Good, great dude.
Yeah, because we streamed with he streamed on ETEP's channel a few times. Yeah, I know Leon.
Yeah.
Leon's a cool dude. Like all
Leon is a great guy, and I would definitely check out his content and his Twitter because he posted a lot of stuff on there as well. But I wanted also to show you guys something that was actually breaking news as of this morning, if I'm not mistaken, or as of yesterday morning. Disney apparently has been hacked.
I saw this. Well,
Yeah,
so
I sent that to Extra Zero as soon as I seen that this morning.
AT&T had a massive data
They
breach.
named this guy that helped them out. If you look, they're like, you need to get rid of your credit cards, change your social security number, and gave his full name. This guy no longer has a job. And he's done in the industry.
So
I did not go to
So
the
is that
website.
terabytes?
Yeah.
1 terabyte.
1.1 terabyte. Which, if you guys don't know, a terabyte is very little when it comes to games, movies, and TV shows. But when it comes
documents is
to
a lot.
raw data and information and files, it is insane how much information is on there.
So I don't know if you heard about the CDK outage a couple weeks ago.
No.
It
explain
shut
it to
down
me.
a large portion of dealerships. I was affected. We couldn't do anything because we had ransomware. Took all over the whole system. What Disney's going through right now is crazy because everything's shut down. They probably can't even open an email right now. Have shut everything down because if you look, there's logins, links to internal API and web pages. So whoever got their hands in this could instantly just click the button and be inside Disney. This is a big deal. I'm waiting to see what comes out of this, but I looked up No Bulge and it would not come up on any browser. Evidently, this is a dark web site. So I didn't go into it.
Yeah, I stay away from that kind of stuff just because I'm not familiar with it. I know a lot of people. Hey Ron, how you doing, man? I know a lot of people who are way more computer literate than I, and they know how to find anything on anyone at any time.
There'll probably be a Telegram with a lot of this stuff on it.
Yeah, I let them do their thing. I hope Mudahar covers this because he does a lot of stuff on the dark web and a lot of informational stuff. So I would I'd make sure to check out his channel.
I really want to give this to the weaponized autism of the 4chan.
Oh, it's probably already there.
Yeah, no, dude. I guarantee. So from what I've seen, there is a hell of a delay on a lot of this information when it comes to like getting on the internet. I think Reddit, Twitter, and Twitter, 4chan, those kind of places, those are the places that get it second after everything releases. And then Facebook gets it like days and days later.
I've noticed on Twitter, like I'll post a link and it'll say it's liked and I can't see who liked it. And 3 days later, it'll say somebody liked your comment.
Yeah, it's been weird what they're doing. Ron, no worries about being late, my dude. Just happy you're here, man. And that goes for anybody who decides to hop in the middle of the show. I don't care when you hop in. I just appreciate you being here. Because without you guys, we would not have a show. Apparently, Twitter is where the bulk of our viewership is. So shout out to you guys. We have, I think, like 150 people watching on there right now, which is absolutely insane to me. So thank you, everybody who's watching. If you want to drop a like, I would appreciate that very, very much. If not, that's also okay. Have fun. We have 158 people watching on Twitter, which is mind-boggling to me. You guys absolutely rock. Thank you. And if you like what you see, feel free to snip, record, edit, play, have fun with it. I don't have any interest in copywriting people's channels. That's not who I am. But if you are going to make anything, please just tag or at the Legion on there because I want to share your work. Weasel says most modern hacks go unnoticed for much longer than the security sector will tell you. They aren't as good as they pretend to be. Yeah, and I stay away from that kind of stuff just because I have no idea what I'm doing, and I don't want. As I said, I'm using a borrowed computer right now. Maybe if it was on my own computer, I would go into it more, but it's not something I'm super familiar with.
Most companies, their security it basically boils down to the airlock code from Planet Druidia.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's the same combinations on my luggage. Their security joke.
But yeah, so we were talking. Some of the stuff we were reading when we got hacked was they estimated that the hackers were in the system for over a month.
Oh my god, dude!
System.
You know how much information you can get in a month?
My credit card got hacked the weekend before everything got locked down. And I was constantly having to change my passwords with both the brand and the company.
Jeez.
Yeah. And they were sending us emails about people were getting phishing scams on their phones, social media, after the lockdown happened.
Yeah, I've been trained in prevention of getting a scam. So it's not to say that I won't ever, but I take as
don't
many
open an email if you don't know
measures.
who it's from.
Yeah, or don't click unknown links either, because that's
My mom sent me a text the other day. She's like, "Are you expecting a package? I've got a text from UPS." I'm like, "It's a scam. Don't do anything. Delete it."
Speaking of a scam, apparently this game will be free on Prime Day. So for all of you who paid, how much was it to get the game originally? Over $100.
Some people paid $100 and some dollars.
So if you want this game, it is free on Prime Day.
I don't even want it for free.
Yeah, no one's still going to play it. What's the new one? What's the new one they just showed off? That's got the girl that's like 400 pounds.
I don't know, but I did see that.
Yeah,
I think
the gameplay looks horrible.
You couldn't pay me to play that game.
Yeah.
Hail, Savage Dad. Thanks for hopping in.
What I think is funny. So this game was $70. My Elden Ring DLC cost $40, and I have 60 hours in it. It's mind-boggling what the West is putting out versus the East. Just in quality. It's mind-boggling. Korea, Japan, even China's got that Black Wuhan coming out. That's going to kill everything. It's going to make American games look like a joke. I saw that
game and I saw the demo. I was like, holy shit, I want to play this game.
Yeah. I mean, now a lot of them are Souls-like games or things like that, but still the quality of the game coming out is way higher than what we're putting out in America.
Yeah, it's frustrating, but I think the longer it goes on, the more things will change. And this is why I encourage people to be like, it's great to talk about all this stuff and, point out how bad it is and everything. But if you have the desire, try and learn how to make video games, or try if you have the capacity for it. Because I did try and do it, and my computer just went, "Hey, I don't like that. I don't like that. Too much taxing." But
Unreal Engine 5 makes it really easy to make a game. I've watched some guys do some stuff. You can use their store assets, everything else. There's been a bunch of people that have made some games out of Unreal 5 that they work on cars for a living or drive a taxi, and they're made a halfway decent game, not even knowing what they're doing. So,
Cellshade says it was on sale of Steam for the summer for $20. I still didn't buy it. I don't want it for free.
No one wants it.
Weasel
I want that game
says,
as much as I want genital herpes.
except you don't have to worry
Actually,
about
no,
that forever.
that's
like
soda and clear liquor.
I would rather play a game featuring a crying kid in the basement as protagonist than play Sushi Squad.
Yes. This is the acolyte of video games.
Oh my god. So let's hope this is the last we hear of this, because I'm sick of it.
Mrs. Freeze is getting ready to come out.
I'm sorry, what?
Mrs. Freeze.
Are you? I hope you're joking.
No, season 2, they're going to have Mrs. Freeze.
Oh my
and
god.
she's bulky. She's bigger than Mr. Freeze.
Lizard says, I would rather get intimate with a cactus than play Sushi Squad. Vagabond says, I rather play Panty Party on Steam, which I have.
I have that on Switch.
I've never even heard of
that
it.
game. It's hilarious.
I've never even heard of it.
You're literally flying around as a pair of panties fighting other panties. And the Switch limited edition came with panties.
That is definitely a Japanese game.
Yes, it is.
Oh, my Lord.
Do they have vending machine ads in there?
I haven't played far enough to tell, but I would assume so at some point. I mainly bought it just because of the name. It was just hilarious to me.
Yeah. I mainly bought it. Yeah. I've heard that before, you fucking perv.
But Nintendo now versus Nintendo when I was a kid. Because Nintendo wouldn't even, what was it? Howard said he would be dead before Night Trip would be on a Nintendo system. Well, he's dead. Now you can get Night Trip on a Switch.
Now, there was another thing I did want to talk about, which is actually pretty cool because I think it might help with the streaming service dilemma that we all have. There's like 50 different streaming services, which are more than cable, absolutely now for sure. Skydance Media is acquiring Paramount, is official.
Now, Skydance, that's Tom Cruise's studio, isn't it?
Yep.
Or at least the ones that make all of his movies.
Yeah. I'm sure he has a financial stake in it, at least.
Yeah. Well, he should. He should be damn CEO by now. He made enough money.
So, I mean, what do you guys think of this? I think it's great just because now when you get the streaming service for Paramount, you'll get all the Skydance films as well. But what do you guys think about this?
So this actually makes me a little hopeful because Paramount does have some good franchises.
Mm-hmm.
And it also, if it has anything to do with like getting the Top Gun movie made or things that, actors want to make or directors want to make just because they solely want to do it, and it's a good film, it gives me more hope for what can happen with Paramount. Instead of having to, because Top Gun didn't really go through any, checklists or anything like that. They just made the movie.
Mm.
And I'd like to see more of that. I think that's how you get films like Pulp Fiction and things like that without having just let the director go.
What I'm hoping is that this also means that they can get rid of Bad Reboot and Alex Kurtzman.
Yes, maybe we get a good Star Trek.
We might actually get good Star Trek.
I know of two guys who could advise on there: Nerdrotic and Duke Devil.
You know what's hilarious? One of the things that actually pisses me off immensely is that you have people, and this might be a bad take for people who are like super with these guys, but people like the Daily Wire should not be making their own things in-house. They should be reaching out to people who have been commenting on Hollywood, on these movies and things like that, and having them give them feedback instead of putting things out like, what was it, norm
The new norm? Yeah.
the new norm or whatever.
That was so
I
cringe.
I guarantee you, if you would have said that to somebody, doesn't even have to be nerdrotic, although I would prefer it to be nerdrotic. Doesn't even have to be nerdrotic. Somebody who is up there in the community, whose opinion is good and valid, I think they should be sending it to them for review and then having it sent back, because I think it would help them immensely when it comes to creating content that people want to see. Wookie saw my kind of spurred out moment on Twitter about it. It has nothing to do with Angel Studios. It had everything to do with the Daily Wire, bitching and moaning that Hollywood is pushing political propaganda when they're doing the exact same fucking thing.
So the best thing they put out, they didn't make. It was an artsy film about grown-up superheroes that kind of reminded me of like the old 80s cartoon. What was it, where it had the eagle and the cars that flew out of the rocket, and Thundercats Go? Was it
Okay.
Thundercats Go?
Thundercats,
But,
yeah.
but it was a takeoff of like that stuff, but they didn't make the film. They bought it. It was already done. It was shown at film festivals. Hollywood didn't pick it up. Let me look up the name of it.
That's really
I
what
thought
they
it was a phenomenal movie.
They should be a distribution arm, not a production arm.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, I think I think if they were smart, and I would, if I had any say in the matter, or I was running the Daily Wire media division, I'd be reaching out to people like the Epic First and things like that, where people are trying to do things and make things. They just don't have the financial backing to make it big or whatever. But I'd reach out to people in my own community who know what they're talking about and get feedback from them.
Yeah, it's the Hyperions, and they showed it on YouTube for free because they didn't think it was any good, and it was probably the best thing they've ever made.
It's a shame, and that's, I'm starting to have a real problem with a lot of people in the Daily Wire because they're not really genuine on their opinions. But you know, when they see it's trending, they'll give their opinions on it. Most of the time, it's absolute dog shit opinions.
That's my problem with Twitter and YouTube too. It's not well thought out. It just put out there.
I think a lot of people have that issue, and a lot of people's minds are starting to go towards the authenticity rather than the they're just pushing an agenda, I want to support that agenda kind of thing. I think people are getting real sick of that shit.
Shags tweeted on a thing today that
yes, he did. Shout out to you, Shags. I love you,
about Rumble, about them going like, who wants to crush the woke? Like, you've already drawn the political line. Now you're going to lose content creators because they don't want to be part of that political line. They want to get an audience, a broad audience, not just one audience. They're doing the same thing Disney's doing.
Good luck, Weasel. I've been there, man. Sorry, Wookie. I 100% agree with you. And on Shags on that, and that's, you know, I've kind of pulled back on, you know, going after Rumble and like criticizing them too much, because I do see them actively trying to change things. It's just obviously not as fast as I want. But yeah, I think one of the biggest issues with Rumble is every time I bring it up with somebody like a layman, they're like, oh, you mean that right-wing, you know, streaming site? And I'm like, I can't really argue that it's not like right-wing, but I can say there are creators who make other things than the political stuff on there.
Well, you need people that show you how to build a coffee table. You need people that show you how to cook ribs. You need all of that content. It can't just be political. That's where YouTube, like, I spend half my time watching cooking videos. This guy Chud's Barbecue, I'm like fanatic about it. I go back and watch old videos all the time. But you need that content alongside the political content, and you also need the opposite side of the spectrum, so that people watch the barbecue videos on either side of the aisle.
Yeah, you know, I think making anything specifically for one side or another side will completely kill your market cap just because people will look at it, oh, they're this or that. Like, fine, YouTube does lean more towards a certain direction, but you can still put whatever you want on there. Sure, they'll censor you, but what you can do is make the same content, put it on Rumble, and have the non-censor version on YouTube.
Yeah. But like I say, working for one side, it's doing Disney really well, considering their stock right now is $97.13. It's been sub $100 for a week. Even after making $1 billion off of Inside Out 2.
I mean, with so many flops, there's only so much money you could make back.
Right.
So it is a little bit frustrating.
Yeah, that's like I said, it hurts my brain to watch these companies tilt so far to one side or the other. And I'm going, do you realize how much money you're missing?
I mean, to be fair, we all lean in a certain direction. I mean, most of us, it's pretty clear what direction we lean in, but there are still things I disagree with on either side of the political spectrum.
Yes.
Does it make me one thing or another? No. Do I lean a certain direction? Absolutely. But when it comes to, myself or the Legion or whatever, I don't take political sides. If they're talking politics on the show, I'll make the memes. But other than that, I don't care.
It used to not matter what side of the aisle you were from. You could be friends.
Yeah.
And that's gone away. And that you see in companies do that. It drives me crazy because there's a family business I'm not part of, but I was part of for a number of years. I've had my own, and just seeing people willingly throw money away because they want to hold a political ideology.
Yeah. And that's, that's something that does bother me a lot about the grifting portion of the right. Like, just because the water has the word patriot on the label doesn't mean you need to buy it, guys. Water is water.
Look what happened to Black Rifle Coffee.
No comment on Black Rifle Coffee.
Yeah. Buy Coffee Brand Coffee. Use code Legion of Memers.
Exactly. Thank you, Wookie V Bad. Shout out to Coffee Brand Coffee. Please use the code HAIL, the LOM, for a discount. We appreciate it. We are a small channel, and I did post this on Twitter the other day. Coffee Brand Coffee is the only one who has the balls to affiliate themselves with us. So big shout out to you guys. If you guys are buying coffee, buy a lot of it, and they'll make us part of the partner program. So that would be the first partner program the Legion would ever be a part of. So that's a massive.
I will say about Jeremy is he doesn't placate to either side when he has sponsors. Left and right are welcome.
Over the years I've made no, it's not a custom mask. I can't afford one. If it was, I'd make it smile instead of frown. But I wish I had the ability to make a mask for myself.
He's always a grumpy boy.
I'm always laughing though. So like if I could invert it, it would be cool, but I don't have that. But back to Jeremy. Jeremy has always been somebody who I may not agree with everything, but he's always been respectful of me and my opinions and who I am. And sometimes I overshare, but he doesn't treat me like crap because of it. So there are a lot of creators out there who may not like be able to answer you right away, or just leave a thumbs up or whatever. It doesn't mean they dislike you; it just means they don't have time to answer you. So big shout out to the quartering and people like the quartering who will answer small creators. Yeah, and that's why I try not to like DM anybody unless I need advice or something is happening I need advice on, because these people are more than happy to give it, and I'm more than happy to be like, hey. This is a really rough situation, but this is how you should handle it. Shout out to the big creators who are like that, because I really appreciate y'all for that. But so we're coming up on 35 minutes. I'm going to just bring up one more topic, and then we'll get to memes. So what we have right here, because we were talking about movies before, is it looks like we have a ton of movies coming out in 2026. but they're not original movies. They're all based off of pre-existing franchises.
Oh yeah.
What are your opinions about that, CJ?
Well, I mean, they've got nothing else. They really don't. They don't have anyone in Hollywood who, other than a very few small number of people who are making original content, who are writing original stories, and studios are deathly afraid of not getting money, so they're going to go with what they know, what works.
I mean,
You know?
yeah, it sucks because there's so many things out there that can be created that they're just being lazy at this point.
Well, like they've got the remake of Time Bandits, which one, you don't ever remake Time Bandits. Two, thanks to Peter Dinklage, he's the only little person in it. Seriously, they recast the entire Bandits with normal-sized people and Lisa Kudrow as the lead. Really?
Hey, hold up.
Fine?
Let's give a huge shout out to Steel Leg of History, who's been a member for 6 months. Big shout out to you, mate. You've been a massive supporter of ours. Appreciate you very much. Be blessed. Just got done with with stream with Smooth. Okay. Be blessed, my bud. Appreciate you very much.
Yeah, I'm pissed about Time Bandits. I'm sorry. I absolutely love that movie and I have since I was a kid. And you can't replace David Rappaport. I'm sorry. You just can't. Because the whole dynamic of that movie is the fact that the kid is bigger than the bandits.
I've seen that movie. I just don't remember it.
I mean, it's so good. I mean, you've got John Cleese playing Robin Hood. You had Ian Holm playing Napoleon and Sean Connery playing Agamemnon. And then, of course, David Warner is the villain. He's the devil. He's the sorcerer. I mean, you have such an incredible cast. And all of the little people in the movie, David Rappaport and Kenny Baker, all of them were so fantastic in this movie. And I feel bad for every little person actor out there right now because Peter Dinklage has fucked every single one of you.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage screwed that for a lot of people.
I think that he should be put in a room with every other little person on the planet, and they should all have a little baseball bat, and they should just go to town. Put it on pay-per-view because I will watch that shit hardcore.
Well, you know that they're doing Lethal Weapon 5, right?
Oh God, why? Really? With Mel Gibson?
So I watched it last night on Twitter. I was looking to see if I had saved it, and I didn't. Mel Gibson was talking about the guy that wrote all the Lethal Weapon movies, did the screenplays for him. He was in the process of doing 5, and he told Mel Gibson when he got sick that he wanted him to finish it. So, but he didn't just tell Mel Gibson. He told his wife. He told the company. He told everything. So now they're all going to Mel Gibson to finish the story.
No, they're going to have to.
Hey, shout out to Steel Leg of History. He just hit 367 subs. And it appears his niece has stolen the shirt with my logo. So he's going to have to get another one. Listen, man, sharing is caring.
I took my coffee cup downstairs. I had coffee in my Legion of Memers coffee cup this morning.
Bro, very few people actually have that coffee cup. They all bought them when they were available, which was when we were first starting. So those guys are the freaking G's. If you ever see anybody walking around with that, we haven't made it since.
But, that's the first thing I buy merch-wise is a coffee cup.
Hey, man, if they use it, then I'm happy about it. If you don't use it, I'd rather you not waste your money.
And it sits with my Nerdrotic and Gothic Therapy coffee cups.
Hopefully it's on a shelf lower because that would just be
same shelf. I don't have much room. I got too many.
Oh man, talk about respect. I am. Whew. Somebody get me a throne. I need a crown. Well, on that note, let's get into the reason why you are all here. We have our special meme segment to everybody who was making memes during the show. They hashtag the Legion of Memers and at the Legion of Memers and put it in the thread. So I will be bringing it up in just a moment. But first, we need. There you go. Now we can bring it up.
I will say, release McCracken has given me a new profile picture.
He certainly has. Do you want to get started with that?
I still laugh every time I look at it. That's hilarious.
That's really good.
That is great. And the blending effect was fantastic, released of McCracken. Oh my God, dude.
See, I'm in awe of your guys' work. I have a hard time trying to do that to make memes. You guys can crack them out in like 2 minutes.
One, it's practice, and two, we have hundreds of assets of everybody on our phone. You know what? I'm actually working on a video, since we're in the meme segment now, of how to meme like a Legion of Memer. So if you are interested in that, just type a comment in the video when it's done, and I just want to see, because I have the script ready to go. I just need to film it. So if you want to put in there, you know, what rules I tend to go by personally and things like that, I will put them in there as well.
That sounds like a multi-parter to me.
You think so?
Yeah, it does.
All right. Well, we'll see how it goes. What I'll do, tell you what, for members, what I will do is I will make the video and put it for members first and get your feedback. If the feedback is horrible, I will fix it and then put it a new one up with all the fixes in there. Does that sound reasonable to you guys?
It's not bad. It's a lot of work.
It is, but I do want to work a bit more on the channel. Because, you know, being the leader of the Legion of Memers is fantastic and all, but it does eat up a lot of my time to cover shows and things like that. So, what we got from Triss? Leave the cows alone, Maza. A feral pig in Australia drank 18 cans of beer, fought a cow, then passed out under a tree. Extremely Mundane says, that's the most Australian thing ever. I 100% agree with that. Metastep, I got one interest in from you. I will take that as interest from everybody. So I will get working on that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have Wookie involved in this. Get some feedback with him. He's one of the people that I'll reach out to and be like, hey, what do you think? You think it's shit?
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
Yeah, no, and actually that's one of the Legion things that I do. It's like, don't expect every meme to be shown, but when it is shown, expect it to be enjoyed. We got Triss hopping in. Oh, and yo, big shout out to Triss. If you guys see, she put sound is not copyright, by the way, so I know I can play it. It's a great thing to do if you want your things played on stream. So give me 1 sec. I will be bringing it up with the sound.
I gotta say, Lethal's a pretty good sport. I was trolling him while he was playing Elden Ring.
Lethal, I'll tell you something. The full Aussie crew and the Gronk and Undogs crew are some of the best people I know and most entertaining people to watch when it comes to gaming. So if you guys have not checked those out, please do. Extra Zero has been working with them too. I will drop the link in the chat as well, but go support them. They are some fantastic people.
How many children do you have?
23, 22 baby mother. Real bad man.
How many children do you have?
Very nice. And I want you guys to see something. There's actually a tutorial on my channel, or on the Legion channel, that explains how you do this. It's a very simple and easy way, and once you know how to do it, you can do that with almost anything. So if you want to learn how to do that, we do have a video on that on this channel. When Extra Zero drops another lethal SpongeBob meme, what is the cure for such disorders? Beatings? Very nice. I love these little clips from there. Isaac, I dropped this one in the FNT thread. I like your gay pride shirt, and the shirt says Disney Star Wars.
It's so...
Hey, Hey, shout out to you, Isaac, man. You started putting your tag in there. Very nice, very smart. Keep it up, my dude.
Yeah, always watermark your images somehow.
Yeah, I try to. I try to. Sometimes I forget. Baby steps.
When the Acolyte dropped, I screenshot Dad Bod Thrawn real quick and threw it on Twitter, making a joke. I seen it on Reddit and memes and everything.
You were
I
like, damn it.
Yeah, I was like, damn it, why did I put a watermark in there?
Yeah, no, it happens to me a lot. A lot of times, like, even if it doesn't matter, like, it sucks, but, like, I just want it to be enjoyed. Ron, the face on the pig was Mazza. If you've never seen Mazza, go check out Grunkin' on Dogs and the Full Aussie. Again, I can't speak highly enough of them. They are some of the greatest people I know.
Moses a national treasure, as in we want to bury it and never see it again.
I mean, I'll be completely honest. I feel more comfortable around non-Americans because most of my friends, when I was outside the country, were not from the U.S. So I feel a certain kinship with those kind of people. So
Aussies are special.
Yeah, some great freaking amazing people.
Mm-hmm.
So Isaac dropped this: betraying his family legacy for money. Simon Token.
Yep.
We have this. I love this, by the way. I love this. And Garrett, if you're watching this, I would not be opposed to seeing a sketch of this in the beginning of your Normal World show.
Yeah, he dropped a bomb ass video the other day.
With the Power Rangers one?
Yeah, with the woke Power Rangers. I was like, oh my God. I think you reposted it.
Yeah, of course. I thought it was extremely creative, and Quarter Black is a fantastic editor.
You have to remember when you're watching Gary's videos, that's his work too.
Some of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Some of it, yes. Some of it, no. And the problem is I can never tell. Can somebody please confirm on the credits who did what?
He's gonna be half was it 7/8 Black Garrett because he's gonna be part Asian from hanging out with Perry Chan.
I mean, one of my dreams is to be able to work with Quarter Black on any project. Because at the end of the day, I value education more than I do money. Because the money will come along after you get the education. But I would love to learn a ton of stuff from.
We gotta get jobs, then we get the khakis, then we get the chicks.
Well, some of these people don't realize they could just do a web seminar and charge $100 for 2 hours and have like 10 people in there.
I don't think they would because they're good people, right? Because you're seeing a lot of people on YouTube and everything being like, hey, I edit. Go to this and pay for my editing course. And then nobody actually does the editing course. I think it's a problem because a lot of people are milking people for money for no good reason. But, but
you also have to understand what's his time worth.
No, 100%. If Quarter Black wanted to do something like that, I would be more than happy to participate in it.
I'd be like, you take Venmo, PayPal. How do I got to do this?
I mean, listen, like it's something I have considered myself. I just don't feel like I'm there yet. But if it's something you guys are interested in, I'd be more than happy to do like a members only stream to kind of help you guys get started with editing or answer any questions you have when it comes to making videos or how to do things. And who knows, I might just clip it and use it for future videos. So you guys and whoever is a member, or whoever is considering becoming a member, just comment at the bottom of the show if that's something you'd be interested in, like members streams, like just me talking to you and helping you out to do things. Maybe have a guest on, maybe have like Wookie on who might want to learn something, and then we'll get, go from there or something. But I think Wookie's learned everything he could from me. He's doing a great job.
Nah, you can always learn more.
So let's check out the thread again. Here we go. Okay, I don't see any more, but I will show you what I normally do to go find it. All right, so what we have here, Phantom X, power of 1, power of 2, power of the scissors, Black Girl Magic.
Black Girl Magic.
Very nice. I like that one.
Yep, that's in my assets folder.
And what else we got? And we got shout out to core member, freaking legend,
He does some good stuff.
like absolute legendary.
The Phantom Boomer.
I love this. This is fantastic. You got X-Ray Girl, Ryan, Disparu, freaking Nerd Veronicus Qui-Gon. Always cracks me up. Oh my god. And we got some great art from him as well. I do have to work on something where I'm bringing this art into more like an animated comic form, but that is.
I'm shocked we haven't actually got this as a comic.
Yeah.
Well, listen, the Legion of Memers doesn't make anything. So, I mean, if the Legion made something, then I'd be like, all right, I'll print out a few of them, sell them, see how they do.
I
But
mean, I
won't-
think we know a guy that runs a distribution house that handles all that stuff.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that need to be taken care of before I can do that. But I wouldn't do it without core member because it's core member's work, and I want him to get a lot of.
Yeah, those Peeping Toms and X-Ray Girl stuff is amazing. Some of the artwork is awesome.
To answer Cell Shade's question, yes, that was basketball.
Ah, okay.
The khakis line.
The Phantom Boomer is awesome. Well, all right, guys. Is there anything you guys wanted to talk about specifically?
Oh shit! Do you see where they're going after Theory? They're Mary
Star
Sue
Wars
is?
Theory?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are they going after him for again
He
this time?
reacted to Mary Sue interviewing Harvey Weinstein's personal assistant.
Oh, I got the
bro.
link
Yeah,
right
Wookie,
here.
bring it up because I try and it's not that I try and stay away from it. It's like, how many times are we gonna have to go through this?
Yeah, let me pull it up here. I'm scroll down.
It's like every time they say you sent your minions after me, it's like I want receipts for that bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly where it said I came here because Star Wars Theory told me to come here. No,
This was his clap back, and also has her original tweet
where'd you send it?
in private chat.
I love this screenshot of him.
And he's like, I'm so hot.
Hey guys, if you want a good face to meme for Star Wars Theory,
There you go.
what I personally would do and recommend is to take a screenshot of what we're showing you on the screen or go to the original picture, download it, remove everything from the neck down, and then go put it on whatever characters you think are good. So this woman says, I guess if I also had no neck, no riz. I love how always people are always attacking. Like, it's like, if you're a player, it's a bad thing. But if you have no riz, that's also a bad thing. What the fuck do you want from everybody? Looked like a box and had a shitty personality. I would grift off others and hate them. Actually, I wouldn't, because I'm a nice person. I don't know. That previous sentence sounds like a lot of hate.
I'm sorry, this is coming from someone who, like Amy Schumer, went through a meat grinder.
Yeah.
I also benefit from my winning personality and hot bod, unlike Star Wars Theory. Jesus.
So Star Wars Theory did a video when he was it in Orlando, and they went to the gym. That dude's ripped.
Mm-hmm.
And like he said, I'm working on my riz for you. She ends up blocking him, and this is all because he did a reaction video to a Leslie Headland interview that Mary Sue did.
So apparently she blocked him. She has no receipts. Shout out to Steel Leg of History for telling her to stop acting like a child. Jeez, I mean, these people, like, honestly, it's funny how they say a whole bunch of crap about hate, but previously insult them.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, I don't even know how these people are in
Somebody
business.
needs to put his head on a giraffe.
And then she
He has no neck.
balls to say she didn't even watch the video. So she has no clue what he
Oh,
actually
then what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah, she
If
just
you mentioned her,
being
talk
her
about-
stupid ass self.
he only mentioned her to talk about who was doing the interview.
See, the one thing I can respect about a lot of people is like when they put out a video complaining about something, they'll actually watch the full video instead of looking at the thumbnail or the description. Like these people are supposed to be like, authorities.
So we're also talking about a guy that liked Kenobi and liked Ahsoka. Like, I don't agree 100% with his takes, but I can tell you one thing: you'd probably be hard to find a bigger fan on YouTube.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. I think you got to respect the fans.
I
even if you don't agree,
still
respect people.
We don't have to agree.
No,
we can have a conversation on why we don't agree. It's called a nerd fight. But yeah, I don't agree with his take on Kenobi and Ahsoka. But I've been watching his reactions, like when he watches The Acolyte. Like I don't watch where he's watching The Acolyte. I wait for him to get done. And when they had that Mundi thing where they retconned his age, and then he was streaming and Wikipedia changed the age in real time. Like I watched all that. I'm like, bro, this is sad. Now for Theory, for Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also sad, it's also sad for Theory because Theory is an actual fan of these franchises. And to gaslight somebody like that it's sad, and it makes me never want to take part in anything Star Wars again. I mean, besides the Disney Star Wars movies that came out, they've already done that for me. But it just settles my opinion that I'm good. I don't need any of the horse shit in here. The only problem is
he has more subs than Star Wars does.
Listen, when it comes to the sub thing, I try not to sub shame. I mean, the Legion itself does not have 2,000 subs.
Well,
so we can't really say
But
anything.
I'm saying, like, he's bigger than Star Wars on YouTube. The actual Star Wars channel. We're talking about a corporation, not people.
Yeah. Cellshade says, I see that a lot. I see that all the time. I'm a nice person while talking down and being condescending to people. Melissa is that really how her name is spelled?
No,
I mean, she got made fun of in high school.
Oh, yes. I did the same thing.
I'm going to fight people. And then when people say, hey, let's fight. I'm like, no, that's not what I meant.
Yeah. See, listen, like having arguments and disagreements are just a natural nerd way of things. But like once you get like disrespectful or just straight up insulting people, I think that's when my conversation is done.
When it stops being a conversation. When you start insulting people are screaming, it's no longer a conversation.
The best way to end a conversation with me is to start insulting me or threatening me. Those are like the two biggest things where I'm like, yeah, I'm not dealing with it. You have a good day. Fuck off.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious. Somebody that's actually supported some Disney Star Wars products that they're just going to go after because he dislikes one.
Yeah, if you don't fall in line, then you're always the bad guy, which is a great way to ruin any franchise at any point.
Yeah, I mean, it aggravates me. Like I said, I got a lot of respect for Theory. I know a lot of people hate on him because of his takes and all that stuff, but I can tell you right now he's a fan because he can quote stuff right off rip without thinking about it.
I mean, not only that is I've seen a few videos. I saw one video actually where he was in a store. It looked like he was in a comic shop and he met a fan, and the fan got scammed by somebody who was using Theory's name. So Theory went and bought this guy something from the store, even though he didn't have to do that. Those are the kind of content creators that I think are amazing.
Well, and in Orlando and with the last con, he's just giving sabers away. He didn't even have to give them away. He could just show them off. He didn't have to hand anybody a single one of them. People would have bought them right then and there. And I like that. He's gotten big enough where he can just not throw money around, but he can give back.
Do the things he wants to do to give back to the community.
Right. Yep.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's the ultimate goal for this channel and myself is to, if this channel grows to the point where it's, bringing in a good income, I can do it full time or whatever, but also to give back to the community who helped us. We don't make a lot of money. And I'm not complaining about that. It's not a complaint. It's just a matter
When
of
it comes to
fact.
growth.
But, at the end of the day, the fans that are a part of this channel and watch constantly that's the thing that I appreciate more than anything else. Monetary gain is cool, but as long as y'all enjoy the content, that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
you have to make it for your customers first for their enjoyment, and then worry about monetary value afterwards.
yeah. And, as the Legion grows, we can give back more, and, we can help the different creators. And that's what I want to do. Now, I don't want to be blackmailed into doing it by anybody, but, if we have the money, I would love to, drop random gift chats to people, do the things the big YouTubers used to do, and, go to somebody who doesn't have a lot of viewers, go drop a fat super chat and peace out. I find helping out the community something that makes me very, very happy. And yes, Tris, to hell with them, I say. We got Metastep saying, I love the LOM. He has the emoji in there. Hail to you, my dude. I appreciate everybody who stuck around for since the beginning of when we started. You guys are absolutely awesome. But I know we are hitting the cutoff point, and I want to be respectful of everybody's time. So, CJP, what you got coming up this week?
Well, the Forgotten One cast is on hiatus until August, just because of the summer, and I've got all sorts of family stuff going on for this month. But each week we'll be dropping a new Flunkies track until I get the full one out. Of course, on I believe it's the 3rd at 7, I'll be doing a live premiere of the GoldenEye CJP remix of Snake's Revenge from the NES. So I've got both Metal Gears done there. And of course, you can also find me on Monday nights on Wrestling with Horrors channel. It's Etemple Queens. Used to be called The Place to Be Reviews, but we're always there every Monday night playing fun games like Guess the Wagon and Mug Shotties, which is always a fun time.
Awesome, and they can check out your Twitter in order to get notifications on that, or YouTube and all that.
Yes, sir.
All right, so go check out his Twitter. The @ is at the bottom there, and if you don't want to copy it from there, you can check out the Legion of Memers show thread from today, which is on there. Wookie Be Bad is also on there. Wookie, you got anything coming up this week you want to share?
Well, first of all, I want to say thanks for having me on. I love you guys. I always get a good laugh at seeing y'all's tweets. And of course, as Green Rock said, he's helped me out exponentially with editing. Like, I had no idea what I was doing until I talked to him.
And the thing that makes me proud is that you're showing off the work you can do. That is the only payment I need. Show me what you can do.
Yeah, for a dumb car mechanic, I do okay. But now, so tomorrow at around 10 a.m., I think I'm going to finish the Elden Ring DLC on Twitch. It's the only platform I'm still monetized on for some reason. And I think we're going to start doing more Twitch streams and cutting those down and putting them on the YouTube channel. I have a gaming channel and my regular channel. The gaming channel is just Wookie Be Bad Gaming. It's more content coming out on both those. I'm going to watch Long Legs, do a review on that. I'm going to go see Deadpool at the first viewing in my area. I'm on vacation that week, so I will be watching it at 3 p.m. on, I think, a Wednesday. So I should have a review out on that kind of early, a spoiler-free review. And other than that, I'm just going to be playing a lot of video games and trying to find some stuff I like, probably some more anime. I'm probably going to watch Solo Leveling now.
Bro, give it like 3 episodes.
That's what I've been told.
Give it 3 episodes. A lot of the animes nowadays, they're setting up the show in the first episode or 2, and then it really gets into the meat of it.
I'm fine with shows that do that. You need character growth and development, and if you're doing it in a long form, in other words, like multiple seasons, you have time to do that.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Meta.
Shout out to you, Meta. Good dude. And go check out his channel on YouTube. Go check out his Twitter. Normally, I push the Twitter because that's where a lot of people update things. And if you like his work, be sure to go support him. Wookie, do you have members section on your channel?
Oh, no, I'm demonetized.
Oh, well.
They took that away from me.
So make sure you have a stream element, so when you're streaming live, people can help out.
Yeah, I think I have a stream element. I have a stream lab with them because that's what I use for most of my recording and stuff.
So help them out where you can. Enjoy the content, and it may be a little bit different than a lot of people in the community, but that's a good thing in my opinion. So keep up the good work, Wookie.
Yeah, I think we're going to push the value of the content if it's worth your time or your money. I think that's where I want to go. Strict blue collar, working family, stuff like that.
Good, man. That's what I think we should all be getting towards, because people don't want to waste their time anymore. Money is very scarce right now. So
yeah.
But I am Superman if he wasn't scared of green rocks, leader, creator, and founder of the Legion of Memers. Thank you all for being here today. Unfortunately, I'm still working on the outro, but hopefully we'll get that done in the next few weeks. Thank you to everybody who is a member. You have no idea how important you are. You keep this channel going, paying for the StreamYards, the services that are needed to get the music and everything like that. You absolutely rock. Everybody who has been in chat as well, thank you for being here. I know it's the middle of Saturday for you. Anybody who's listening to this in the background with just the audio, I love you guys too. Drop a like if you can after you're done watching. And we will see you guys next week, same time, same place. See you later, everybody.